Hey, now. Hey, now.
And good evening, curling fans here at the Utica Curling Club. We're bringing you live action, the 133rd Mitchell Bonspiel, and we're bringing you a round of 8 game between the Mitchell defending champions, Navy 1, and Albany. I'll let my companion here, Dave Craignolan, introduce the teams.
Hi, everybody. Mitchell defender is Rob Brenning skip, Ed Wong vice, Pat Breen is the second, and Mark Brenning is the lead. And Team Albany is Brett Centawani the skip, Robert Howells is the vice, Adam Weber is the second, and Brian Costello is the lead. Hope you enjoy the game.
Navy 1, our Mitchell defenders have the Red Rocks here in the first end.
Brian Costello with a nice draw with his second lead rock. We're in progress here. We're just into the
lead rocks here in the first end.
Lead rocks, yep.
Navy's got the hammer here in the first end.
I guess we'll say it early and get it out of the way. Utica 7 being my colleague Roger Rowlett and myself playing vice, and Dave Mitchell is the second and Ray Edick is the lead. We will be playing the winner of this game tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to it.
And we're fortunate not to have an afternoon draw, so it gave us a chance to stream the game this afternoon and scout out the other teams.
Yep. Don't know how many broadcasts we're going to bring to you this weekend. Certainly a round of games tomorrow, and the championship games are 11:30 on Sunday. We will be participating, Will, Roger, and I.
Yep.
So we will not be on air with you folks, but whether or not we find someone to do the commentating or not, the game will still be championship game will still be streamed live.
Will be streamed. Yep. We'll stream both the semifinal tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And the championship final game at 11:30 tomorrow, with or without announcers.
Right.
We'll at least get to bring you those games.
Should we not be victorious in our 11 a.m. game tomorrow, we'll probably bring you that game, the 8 o'clock game tomorrow night, a semi.
Yep.
If anybody's out there, let us know. And we do have MJ out there. And yes, to answer your question, the game was in progress. believe that was Adam Weber with a takeout. And Rob Brenning will make a little aggressive move here to try and get that blue rock off of the 4-foot circle.
Looking to jam that red stone into shot rock and move it off that 4-foot.
Looks like you can see about half of it.
Yep. Just needs to come down here and jam it over.
Pat Breen now.
Starting to make a little move now.
Just tapped it up. It didn't out count it, but there is a little, spells a little bit of trouble for Brett Centoani with 2 red rocks right tight to the 4-foot.
Yeah, Navy can still come off their own and jam the blue one off the 4-foot.
It looks like Brent's going to make a move to hit and roll to the center here. Robert Howells now with his first stone of the end and the game. And it looks like mission accomplished. Would have liked to have flopped that toward the center, I think, but not in a bad spot.
Yeah, the Navy stone they was just thrown is now overburied. Might be looking at coming down and hit this one and roll that way. Getting played a little in off onto their own red.
Rob Brenning discussing his options with his team. I think he'll settle on the shot Roger called. He'll try and...
Even if he flops toward the center line, he might be able to run it later.
Ed Wong now with his first stone of the first end. Got to just hit it on the inside. It looks like he's getting the outside of the stone, however.
And it's hanging. They're going to get a little rub and roll.
Rolled over the top of everything. Saver. Could be a saver rock.
Yep, didn't change much.
Nope.
Looks like the Albany shot rock might be accessible from the intern side. Looking at covering up that path.
Right, a good idea here by Brett. Takes 3 out of the equation.
Right, there's a couple reds in play now. They're second and third.
Sitting off angle, are we calling the game? Sheet 3 is where we were able to see the rocks more and their path down the ice.
We're relying on our video feed.
And this looks like it's going right through everything.
Going to go through the hole.
And it did. Unfortunate miss there for Robert Howells. I'm sorry for Robert Howells.
Not sure what they're trying to do. Are they trying to come off that red,
I think they were trying to come off it. It sure looked like it. With that kind of weight, I thought he might just decide to cover it up so the blue rock wasn't exposed. Leaving Ed Wong with an opportunity here to possibly come down and tap that blue rock out.
Still trying to decide which is the easier turn. Whether they're playing the in-turn tap or they're going to play the 2-rock out-turn tap.
Yep, good call here by Rob Brenning. He's going to take a shot at coming down with just soft kind of, maybe hack kind of weight and chip this blue rock out, or if he can get to the face of it would be ideal.
And if you can rub the guard off with the miss, that would be okay too.
Definitely. Ed Wong now with his second stone. Team Navy with hammer in the first end, with a chance to get a productive end here.
Looks like that's hanging.
It is. It's not curling. It looks like he's going to come to it, though. I think he's going to move it.
Just going to miss
Just going to tap it onto the button.
Yep.
Oh, he just skittered by it. Unfortunate miss there from Ed.
Control, very little handle.
You got to play that really tight.
Yep.
You know, now Albany knows you can get into that rock from that direction. I think they're still looking at playing that little hit and roll, right? To the back four?
Yes.
A hit and roll here in behind.
Brett Centawani, Albany Curling Club member. We curled together a long time ago in 2002 through 2006. He was a new curler at that time. And Brett's come a long way in his skill level. He's a perennial skip here now in the Mitchell tournament. Kind of hanging on him a little bit too. Looks like a nose hit.
Might get the double in the back.
And did cleared some stuff out there. And the big end that was transpiring for Navy earlier in the end now is certainly gone away. I suppose there's still an outside chance here for two. These guards are quite high. Doesn't have to move the blue rock very far to get two. Yeah, it looks like they're going to play in and off this blue rock.
Yep. Real thin.
Yeah.
Almost as thin as you can hit it.
Just a little nick, a little redirection onto the red rock.
Maybe an eighth of a rock here onto the red, and send the blue out the back, or at least move it far enough to sit two.
First skip rock, Rob Brenning. Mitchell winner last year with his rink.
Still have the Mitchell defender sign up as they are undefeated. Still in the A event, round of 8.
Looks like he threw this out a little bit. It's going to be a nose hit, I believe. Pretty much on the nose.
And it's something he can use now. He can angle raise that in now, which will be a little easier. Now that's going to be like a half rock angle raise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Albany's going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he might consider coming down. A guard's not horrible here.
Yep, they got to deal with it one way or the other.
If he comes down and freezes on the red rock's not a horrible play either. He can get one right around, right through there, right there. I like that.
That takes the mystery out of dropping 2 probably.
Real quick. You know what you hate to do whenever you're playing this game is to make shots for the other skip. You know?
Yeah, you'd hate to try to run that red rock off and
chip
hit
your
it
own
high.
out of there and leave them for 3. You know.
Yep. Yeah, I think if you're not hitting it, probably just come right on top.
Yeah, and it looks like what they're calling. A lot of festivities here during our Mitchell tournament. We have, curling pretty much nonstop all weekend, and this evening is our banquet, and followed by every year we also have an in-house card game. House parties tomorrow, and more curling to follow.
Yep, 36 teams of action this weekend. Yeah, and they're just taking the red stone away.
They're just hitting, hopefully flopping to the center.
Nice lightweight.
Yep, and that's a great shot.
And roll to the center.
Very, very nice shot from Brett.
Now the question, do you dare run that blue in to get your, just tap it up to get your 1?
Probably worth a try as long as you're throwing draw type weight, you know, just heavy draw right
Come
there.
down and tap that one into the red, into the blue, push the red out the back a little bit. Maybe it's
I think that's a safe shot.
maybe the only way to get your 1. It's either that or they have to do a dead draw to the button.
Not sure if the doubles here on this side, blue looks like it's tough.
I mean, you're looking at either drawing the pin there,
Yeah.
or tapping blue into red.
And just skittering the blue away a little.
Move this one back far enough to be shot.
Pretty safe shot. He's looking at the other side, actually. I think he's looking at a thin. I don't know that the double is there. Maybe, I guess it is.
Pretty flat.
Boy, it is. They're almost side by
I
side.
think you almost go behind, right? So you might just push that into the button area.
However, if he throws big weight here and he hits half a rock, he's liable to skitter the blue rock
if he can push it
out
far
on the
enough,
other side. Yeah.
got to be able to push it far enough. Got to get it all the way out of the 4-foot.
62. Weight's good.
See what kind of weight he's throwing. He's either throwing this come around tap back, or we just don't know. The same broom would probably work for both.
Right.
He's throwing that.
Yeah. Or he's just coming around to try and chip the blue one out.
Yep. Pretty lightweight.
Hammerstone, first end. One of our A quarterfinal games. It's certainly got a chance.
He's trying.
It's got a chance. Looks like he's all over it.
Trying. Now, does it have enough weight? That's the question.
Not quite enough weight.
Yeah, with that, not enough curl there to make that shot.
Yeah.
Steal 1 for Albany here in the first end.
Good throw, however.
Excellent
just
throw.
Ran out of gas.
Needed about 6 feet more weight.
Yep.
Don't know if he got in the curl, though, with that much more weight. So, and maybe you keep the hammer here in the second end, playing the red rocks. We'll update scores on the other sheets as they finish their first ends.
Brian Costello with the lead rock here in the second end. Brian, longtime friend and also a member of the Utica Curling Club, as is his dad, Pat Costello. Great people. Sister Caitlin, who's no longer a Costello, but played curling at a very, very high level.
Yep, out of Rochester now.
Yep.
Brian's rock slipped into the rings, so it'll be removed.
Mark Brenning attempting to get this rock out of there. It looks good.
Sweeping to get an outside roll there, just curled up almost to the nose.
I think Brett will be happy to get rid of this red rock. Looking to hit the rings here on the outside. Here's Mark Brenning with his second stone. And he got a corner guard up. Don't know if that stayed around. Mark Brenning might try to hit the rings behind it. It's awful thin, though. Very thin place to get one behind here. And anybody listening out there and watching, please let us know about the quality of our audio and video. We're always open to knowing that you're getting it. You're getting a good, good picture and good sound out there. And he opted to try and get one behind this blue rock. Not a bad idea. Doesn't look like it's going to bury.
Yeah, pretty much wide open.
A little directional sweeping here from Team Albany. Nicely thrown. Adam Weber. Nice firm take out there.
Yeah, rolled the stone back to the middle. It'll be hard to bury one behind that corner guard, though. It's just barely covering the edge of the 12-foot.
Without misses, it's sort of shaping up like a blank end right now. Pat Breen. Well thrown. Well thrown, well swept. Robert Howells now. So far in an uneventful end for both teams. Satisfied to make takeouts and sort of play for a blank, I would think, is Rob Brenning.
Yeah, the first rock slipped in the rings by Brian Costello, and it kind of set off a cascade of trading hits. And after that missed draw into the side of the rings.
It's funny how an end like this, 2 ends from now, this game might not be played at all this way, but sometimes when things happen early in an end, you're kind of forced to just go ahead and hang a blank up on the board and pick up the pieces and see if you can set up another end.
Yeah, 1-0 early, you're down 1. Don't need to panic here. Don't really have anything to hide behind to set up a deuce easily. Don't want to take too many risks. Try to get a blank and start over next end.
Kind words out there from listener MJ Walsh. Always appreciated. It's something Roger and I genuinely love to do.
This one's hanging out just a little bit, but it's going to make contact.
And the Red Rocks stayed in a good spot there. That's a little tougher. Open still.
Maybe got it out there a little closer, but that guard's just optical. It's not really a guard.
It's just an island.
It's a little bit of eye candy out there at the edge of the sheet.
Robert Howells with his second rock of the second end.
Went on that right away. Now just cleaning. Going to make contact here?
It's going to make contact and stick around. No, it's going to roll off the ring. So we are back to an empty park.
Nothing doing.
I suppose Rob could still try to get one way out there, a little biter way out behind the blue one.
Or do you try a different spot and see if
somebody flashes one out
see
there?
If Albany can misguess the ice out there, right?
It's an either or.
They've thrown this hit toward the corner guard now several times, so they got a good idea of the curl. Might be a good time to try another spot.
Yeah, and he's in fact doing that.
Yeah, they're drawing there. They'll be hitting, Albany will, and so they won't know the ice until they throw the rock.
Ed Wong. Mitchell winner last year. Soft-spoken, nice guy. Looks like he's thrown quite a bit of weight here.
That's a fast track there.
Robert Howells, I don't think will have a big problem getting this off the rings. In fact, it's going to go through the house. No harm, no foul. Not what he had in mind, however.
Still heading for a blank.
Yep.
Well, Brett goes down for his first. Just wants to drop one on the top four somewhere.
Hope for a mistake from Brenning. See if Brett can find his draw weight here.
Sweepers aren't touching it.
Also looks toasted.
Yeah, Robert's waving him off.
I don't think it's through the rings.
It's going to sit back
Yeah,
house.
back four.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Nope. It's got to go bye-bye.
Navy's going to chase that off anyway.
Yeah. Little conversation going on between Vice, Ed Wong, and Rob Brenning. Do you go try to go in front of this? He might try to freeze. I thought if there was any deliberation, you got to be thinking he's thinking freeze or a couple feet in front of it and out count it and
well, if you
maybe make him jam it and still playing for two if you make a good shot here.
Give yourself a half a chance for a deuce here if you freeze.
Yep. Little gutsy move here early. Why not? Not a lot on the line early in the game.
I think Rob feels confident. He knows what draw weight should be, so why not? As long as you're not short here, you'll still have a draw for one. If he locks this right on, he's going to force Brett into making a perfect freeze, right?
He took the words right out of my mouth. Yep.
He's trying to turn the tables on it right here.
Yep. It went from that kind of an end, and now it's the complexion of the end has changed. See if Rob can find his draw weight here. It looks like it has plenty of weight to me, but sometimes it's deceiving from up here.
Definitely want the line. You don't want to cruise past it.
True. Still outside the 4 foot. Still outside the 4 foot. Coming. It's going to wind up shot rock.
Corner frozen.
Yep.
Okay.
Good shot. This will go bye-bye for Brett. Try to get rid of all of them, I would think.
Yeah, even if you chip that off, you lose your shooter.
Yeah. And again, even if he keeps his shooter, it's even better for Brett because then he's going to make Rob throw a takeout, right?
Right.
Yeah.
just nose this and make them figure out how to get the blank.
Yeah.
Never a gimme though, but this one's pretty close to a gimme. Oh, this might be over curling. Trying to hold it. Don't want to jam this in.
There's no shot at this. No, it worked out.
And just enough of it, yeah. You did hit it on the wrong side, but
sigh of relief from Brett
Yep.
Santawani. And well swept by Brian Costello. A little directional sweeping there.
Held the line nicely. Blank's a bit easier now with the rock closer to the edge of the rings, but the ice could be a little funny out here. We'll see what happens.
After playing a sound end like this, you'd hate to bring one to the nose here and have to take your one, force yourself into one.
Or whistle it by,
or
you know,
whistle
because
it.
you don't know the ice out here.
Yep. Ice playing very well this weekend. A shout out to our fabulous volunteer ice crew here, who's got us playing on really good fast ice and predictable fast ice.
Last rock, second in for Navy's Rob Brenning. He jumped it early and then came right up. And they got the blank. Well done.
Saying hello, we've been joined in the broadcast booth with Kevin Stevens, who is playing in the tournament and also is one of the co-chairs of the event with Brian Moore. Hi to Kevin. Always a pleasure to have the company of Kevin Stevens. It's funny, over the years of doing these live streams, we've had so much fun, and we get a lot of positive feedback. We're always open to getting more feedback from folks that are in the chat room and watching and enjoying this. It's something we really, really enjoy doing. And
really love seeing people debate the shot calls in chat rooms, so
yep.
You feel free to join in.
Please.
Can run through some scores on other sheets. On sheet 1, Schenectady 1. Pat Fitzgerald leads Mike Platt's Utica 1-0. Can hear Mike Platt screaming over on sheet 1, right next to our microphone. On sheet 2, Granite, Peter Lyons leads Highlands, Ray Martinock. We played them earlier in this event. Peter leads 1-0 after 1. On sheet 3, Halliburton 2. Kent Milford leads Royal Kingston 2. Phil Tomsit 2-0 after 1. Ardsley's Gert Messing leads Rideau 2. Tom Tinian 1-0 after 1. And on sheet 6, Rideau 1. Jean-Claude Renault, and we played them in the first last game, I think.
We did.
Is leading Mike Stefanik's Schenectady team 1-0 after 1. Oh, make that 2-0. He just stole another end after 2. So you're all caught up.
We know this shot well, Roger.
Yes, indeed.
We saw this shot about
over and over
6 or 7 times today on the same sheet.
Yep.
This one coming up a little short for Brian. Took a long time to curl, and then once it did curl, it really finished good if you had the right weight.
Yep. If you didn't overthrow it, finished pretty hard.
Yeah.
We had a good 3 feet of curl in that spot.
Yeah, we had a couple of those savers today. Saved ends with a couple of those same shots that Brian just attempted. Mark Brenning now with his second stone at lead here. Keeping the hammer did Navy.
Oh, they almost drew through that hole.
Skittered it through there. I didn't think there was enough room to get through there. Apparently not, but it was real close. So there's a bunch of stones at the top of the park now. I would think Brett is going to try and get rid of something red here.
At least put something his color up there.
Both plays are aggressive. He can actually draw one down to the rock that's on the right there and tap it back. Wouldn't, you know, it'd be an aggressive move.
Early in the end, I think
you got to get something red out of there.
That rock I don't like at all.
Yeah. Adam Weber.
He's looking to hit and roll under.
He may do it.
And he got just over enough to be annoying, right?
It's not a no-brainer tap up now. It's still doable. Could tap it up. Could get rid of that blue guard.
Navy's got the hammer. They've got to kill.
They
have to kill that rock.
Yeah.
Yep. Got no way into the 4-foot right now other than that kind of ugly-looking tap.
Yeah. I don't know if he's got room to come under those other two rocks. If he does, that'd be the ideal scenario. If he could hit and roll to our left looking at it.
And get underneath.
And get underneath
the
would be a
rings.
good shot. It looks like he's got room to do it.
It's going to come off as red first.
Pat Breen it is.
And actually got rid of both blues.
And wound up being a double.
Not too shabby.
Nope.
Now red's in control of the 4-foot.
Pat Breen now with his second stone. Trying to get rid of something blue here. Looks like he's got a good looking stone. He's going to roll away. Don't know that he's going to stay on the rings or not. And it looks like he wound up on the rings. Just off. Hard to tell from our angle. They're taking a look at it. Brett not opting to chase it. I'm assuming it's not on the rings. And Robert Howells now will try and make a draw shot here behind. Got a couple of corner guards up there. No hammer, but he's in quest of a force here by trying to get one behind the guards here. Rock underway, a lot of room here. Still out in the 4-foot line. A little heavy. And it looks like that rock's going to go right to the back of the park. And wind up shot rock, however, in the back 12. And now Ed Wong, third end. Albany with a lead of 1-0. Looks like he's looking to draw around, attempting the same shot that Robert Howells attempted. And this is also hot. I'm not sure if he was trying to take the stone out in the back or what he was exactly trying to do there, but failed to execute there, did Ed Wong, and we're moving on. Robert Howells has one more shot here in the third end. Both teams struggling with the speed of the ice here. Trying to find draw weight here is Robert Howells. Would love to get a rock behind these two guards and try to force Rob Brenning into chasing. Looks like he's adjusted his weight nicely there. Sweepers don't believe it, however, as they're not touching it. And now they're working it. Don't know that it's got enough legs, is not going to bury. Nice weight, however, from Robert. They sit 1 and 2 now. But he'll give Rob a chance at a double and maybe coming under those guards.
Yeah, main thing is just hit and roll under here.
Yep. Ed Wong with his second stone of the third end.
Last year there was like 4 people like Yeah, Navy just hit and rolled the other way.
Okay.
Hard to tell who shot here. Brett Centuani is going to take no chances here and run this stone off. Not
like
clear,
to stick around here.
Not clear who shot, but I don't think he's taking any chances here.
Nope. Like to sit 1 and 2, I think, and
reestablish sitting 1 and 2 and see if he can get a force this end.
Set it out a little wide.
Want to catch this thin, get it over the top.
And he did so.
Did not want to jam it on the back.
Not exactly what he had in mind, however. He did get the red rock off the rings.
Now a chance for Rob Brenning to come around the corner guard. Right in there would be nice.
Long consult here from Team Navy. Seems kind of cut and dry.
I think they're trying to figure out what's the right ice. They want to be buried.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
So at the end of the
Hey! The score. Just so you know, they will all be long control. Ready? Like Team Navy won. They do not play short games. They play the long. Curlers are a great bunch. We've got
A peanut gallery.
a peanut
back
gallery
there.
fine. It's so much nicer when there's curlers up here, up in the warm room, also watching the game with us, because we can't get away with much, and it's kind of fun. No offense there, Rob, about the long deliberation on your draw here, but we're rooting for you to make it. And it looks good. It looks like he's got his weight just right here. Just not finishing here.
Not getting a big
You know,
finish.
we're
he
not
wants.
getting a big finish like we were earlier. We played this sheet earlier today, and it was finishing real good with the right weight. He did set it on the pot, however.
Yeah, took it back far enough that he at least gets it, makes it difficult to get underneath it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Brett now, you're going to be tempted with freezing on it. And there's going to be a deliberation here. Now,
Or you can
just peel, chip it out and
tap it back and roll over and sit two, get your force.
Right.
The long deliberation, I think, was just guessing where to put the broom to make sure they got that buried. The last thing I wanted to do would be to leave it stone for Brent Sadowini to come down and hit and roll under. So they're looking at a little hit and roll here.
Yep.
Get rid of this.
Good move. I like this call from Brett.
Sit 1 and 2.
Yeah. Keep his shooter.
Other options to freeze, but I think this is easy enough to make it go away.
And he's going to, do his darndest here to force Brenning into taking one.
Yep. Again, just guessing the right weight here to make sure that you remove the red stone and keep your shooter around. Otherwise, we're probably heading for another blank.
Right. Somehow these shots look so much more makeable sitting up here behind the glass than when you're in the hack scuffing the stone up to throw it.
Well, we were throwing these today, and that's a little tricky down that line.
It is a little tricky because it'll go sideways if you're inside. No, he's got a nice throw here. He's got a good-looking shot.
Jeffrey!
Oy, oy, oy.
Nicely done. They cut that close.
Wow. It scared the Red Rock over in the forefoot a little. Phew.
That's a tough little tap for one here.
Sure. So mission accomplished for Brett Centowani in forcing Rob Brenning to go ahead and take his one here.
Kind of play pretty much the same shot Brett just threw.
Not much deliberation here.
Well, they could go to school on that last one.
Great bunch of guys we got here this weekend. The camaraderie that goes around our Mitchell tournament is second to none for yours truly. Our Cobb tournament is fun also. It's a mixed tournament, our mixed. And this is the boys' weekend here. I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
Yep. Two long-running Bonspiels, actually the Mitchell going back to 1885. In Utica since 1916.
Rob Brenning with a dynamite shot to get his one here.
There you go. Nicely done.
Yep. And Brett Centowani successful in forcing Rob Brenning to go ahead and take one. And we've got a tie score after 3 ends. 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Bye now. Thanks.
And Albany playing the Blue Rocks will have the hammer back this end.
Fourth end, main game moving right along.
And Jean-Claude and company have rung up another steal on Schenectady on sheet 6. They now lead 3-0 after 3. Back to our feature game. Mark Brenning's first rock just coasted into the top 12. Brian Costello will attempt to remove that. Gets a little outside roll. Looks like another open end in the offing.
Please! Greg! Come on, Greg!
Nice weight from Rob Brennan. And Brian Costello returned the favor. Trying to remove this red rock and hang around.
Are we back to the second end again?
We are. First stone coasted into the 12 foot, so we're back to this open end. Both skips being very cautious in a close game. Both.
It's going to go off the rings here.
I don't know. That one didn't curl up enough.
Didn't come up. Doors open here now for Brenning.
Looks like he's going to elect to throw a Syndergaard here to try to get a force later in the end with a come around.
Mm-hmm.
Another option would be to sit 2 here, but then you got to trade hits the rest of the end.
Correct. Nice center guard here.
Right, splits the center line. Very nicely done.
Pat Breen. Adam Weber looking to make a hit and stick here. Albany Curling Club was a home club for me for 4 years in the 2002 through 2006. Made a lot of lifetime friends there in the Albany Curling Club. Great place to curl, nice little 2-sheet club. And they've done some fabulous stuff there, I believe. That I haven't been there, but I know the warm room has been
just did a refurbish, right?
Remodeled and enlarged, if you will. There's been some scuttlebutt for years about it going to a 3-sheet club. I don't believe that's occurred.
Pat Breen trying to remove the stone and set this one out a little bit.
He got out in the weeds there, and it looks like it's going to just sail on by. And in fact, it did.
Now an opportunity for Albany to set up their deuce. Now the question is, where do you put the rock? Are they going to go behind the corner guard or the center guard? Trying to beat the opposition to the 4-foot here.
It's a big shot here for Adam Weber. He needs to keep one on the rings here. It looks heavy. It looks real heavy. And it's coming down nice. I still think it's got enough weight to get here. Front end jumped this a little bit. I think this rock's going to go through the park.
Going to be behind T line for sure. 1 and 2, but
not quite what he had in mind. However, he's sitting 1 and 2. Ed Wong now ready to play cleanup here.
Trying to get a 2 for here. Trying to remove a stone and roll on top of the stone Albany just threw in front of it.
You heard Rob Brennan just say no, no, no.
Right out of the bat.
Meaning he's thinking that it is wide, and he's definitely making contact with the rock. I think he's just going to move it over. However,
not enough juice to get it out.
That's an unfortunate miss there from Ed. He's not happy with that, and neither is Rob. He's left Albany sitting 1 and 2 behind T.
Yeah, the good news is they are behind T line, but chance for Albany to stuff a third one in here and put some pressure on.
Yeah, Howells needs to make a nice draw here and get one to right to the top of the 4-foot behind that red guard. Would be ideal. The tighter you get to the button here, the more difficult you make it for Brenning to draw, if in fact he was going to choose to do that. I think he's going to play cleanup, should Robert execute here.
I'm almost positive he hit what he can see.
Yeah.
This is going to come up light, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make he's going to make contact with the guard, I think. Just a little kiss. Yeah, got it by, but not really. He didn't want that center guard there. That makes more of a opportunity for Rob Rennie.
Get out jail free card here.
Yes, sir.
Just looking to hit and roll into this area would be golden.
Nose hit here for Ed.
That one hung out a bit too.
Shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Pamela Turner, who is watching the stream live in lovely Rosendale, New York. Looking forward to seeing you next weekend, baby. Robert Howells now with his second shot. Door is open here for Albany to get a hit and roll. Looks like it's really curling up hard. Oh my.
And they found the curly spot on the sheet.
Woo, poor spot there. Tough medicine there for Team Albany. Robert Howells came up a little short with his draw, and unfortunately an over curl on a hit and roll.
Yeah, they got fooled a bit, I think, by throwing at that straight spot a couple times, and the red stone's down just a little bit inside. And they found the curly spot. Now a chance for Rob Brenning to draw around the whole shebang and sit 1 and 2.
They can spoil the party. It's funny how a couple, you know, a crucial miss in a situation in a curling game can really change the complexion of not only the end, but the game as well. That was a couple of tough pills there for Albany.
You know, 2 misses in a row, usually you dig a hole.
Yep.
So they were looking at setting up possibly a deuce or 3.
Now they're scrambling for 1.
They're scrambling for 1. Depending on where this draw goes, Albany may still have a shot to get their 1 by coming off the red stone on the 8-foot. Rob Brenning would really like to get a good piece of the 4-foot, I would think, here behind the center guard.
He's got 2 stones up there to make a path behind.
Do you like this taking that out?
Nice weight here.
Just hanging.
It is, though. You know, it's a deceiving spot. It looks like it ought to be a good rock, but it's really just going to be right in the open.
And it's going to leave a double. Oh, maybe not. It could jam. Let's take a look at that on our overhead.
Yeah, I think the shot rock might skitter back to the jammer here in the back.
That's right.
You got to almost not worry about that and make the hit and roll. And you make the hit and roll, I think you still wind up shot rock, huh?
Yep, for sure.
Yep. Not worry about what happens to your other rock in the back here.
They got to come down and roll in.
And get one right behind those 2 guards that you can see at the top of your screen there.
The double comes real close to jamming, I think.
I agree.
I think if you try to make the double, this one may go onto the blue stone.
Yep.
So I think instead they're probably better off trying to make the hit and roll.
Not really worrying about the outcome of the rocks.
They're going to stuff that one right there, but
excuse me. Yeah, he's really at a point here. I mean, if he can make a hit and roll, he's back in business for 2.
Right.
You know, so that's really the main concern. If it jams the one in the back, oh well, as long as you make the shot and save your shooter in a safe spot behind those 2 guards at the top, then
exactly.
A little hit right there, a little boom.
Yep, go here.
Boom. Yep.
This one's going to jam, but at least you'll be buried.
Sure. Brett Santuani with a big shot here. They said it's big weight.
Jumped him right away.
He's trying to curl. I think he's got it.
And he's going to get it rolling.
I think he's got it. That's a great shot.
Might roll too far. Ooh.
No.
Just rolled a shade into the open.
Had to stick with it. It just curled up on him.
Yep.
Just curled up.
We're curled just a hair. He was a little down
weight there. And he did get some finish on his stone. However, he's sitting 1. So now what do you do if you're Rob Brenning? You got to go after this rock. Yep. Got to try and just draw down to it and tap it back.
You don't need a lot of weight here.
No, it's just a heavy draw.
Get it off the 4-foot.
Yep.
Sit 2. Yep, Rob's motioning something like back 8 weight.
Don't lose any more games.
Just looking to come by tap this one back to there. Tough little shot for Rob Brenning. Delicate little tap back.
Yeah, there's been a lot of half shots this end, and this would be a big saver here for Rob if he can get this blue rock off of the forefoot and sit 1-2. And nice light weight here.
Coming up nice. Question of the weight. Even if they freeze to this, they'll be shot.
Correct. Got not much more than that. Not much more than that. He is going to be shot.
Shot rock.
Nicely thrown.
Top button buried.
Very nicely thrown. Now Brett Centoani can actually follow that rock down and tap him. He can tap him to the back of the forefoot. He's going to get his deuce. I don't know about this side here. They're looking at the rock on the other side, and I'm not sure that's the shot. Well, you just saw the line. I'm not sure of his.
Looking at the double maybe, but it's very
it's tough
very flat.
Right sideways,
it's extremely flat. So
tough shot.
Looking at trying to do this, but I think that's just a dead jam.
As do I. I think the shot.
They're trying to get it out that way, but that's a very tough shot.
Draw right down and tap it back, huh?
Don't know if they can get there or not. Rob just barely got there.
Okay.
And cleared the guard by not a ton.
Pretty firm weight here. He's got to hit just off nose and really send it sideways.
You're going to get on the back of that stone,
yeah, right,
and probably push this one straight over.
Yep. Tough shot here from Brett. Choosing what I think is a tough shot, tougher of the two, but we'll get our chance to try some tough ones tomorrow. And he flung it out. He's trying. Not going to get to the inside of this rock, no way. That's a tough shot from Brett. Very tough shot. You almost got to take, almost with that kind of weight, you almost got to take almost negative ice there.
Yeah, inside edge. Yeah.
Inside edge.
Had to throw a lot of weight anyway to get that to work.
Right. It's a tough shot.
So that's a steal of one for Navy. They take a 2-1 lead after 4. Albany retains the hammer, playing the Blue Rocks in the 5th end. Trying to run through some other scores here. On sheet 1, second end was blanked. In the third end, Mike Platt's Utica 1 team took a 5 spot to jump out to a 5-1 lead. On sheet 2, Highlands jumped out to a 5-point lead on Granite, taking a deuce in 2 and stealing 3 in the third. We're tied up at 3-3 on sheet 5. Gert Messing's Hardsley team versus Tom Tinnion's Rideau team. And on sheet 6, Mike Stefanik's Schenectady team got a point against Rideau. Making it 3-1. Rito now has the hammer here in the 4th end.
Fifth end underway here.
Navy guarding a rock on the top 8.
Brian Costello looking to draw around here, I believe.
Draw around or like freeze on top of the shot stone.
A little toasty. You just heard Brian say hot, which in curling terms means too much speed. I think he's going to go right through the rings.
Yeah, Jen needed the chip. Boy, if they could have got a little chip there.
And that rock is gone.
Just through.
That's in. Three. That's in.
And Rob Brenning looking to go a little aggressive here with a center guard instead of running off the blue biter.
Also looks like plenty of weight. Sweepers are communicating that they think it's not needing their help. And now they're on board. Came down nicely. They might get this by. And if they do, this will be a dandy of a shot.
And they're going to go right to the back 4 behind.
Yep. Fine shot.
Not even that, right to T-line.
Kind of hooked around there at the end. It looked like it was going to bury, and it kind of did the little Rodney Dangerfield.
Little dipsy doodle. Great spot, though, for those 2 red stones.
Brett asking up front if he would like to draw down to this shot. Kind of closes him off for a non-multiple end. I think you got to get rid of this guard.
Yeah, that corner guard is the one that's
really
killing
got to
him.
go. Yeah.
Corner center.
I think that's a wise choice here for Brett. And Adam Weber will attempt to execute it. Definitely going to peel that out of the way. Shooter's going to go bye-bye.
And that opens things up.
Yep. Mission accomplished.
Now there's a double available, so now Rob's got to figure out what he wants to do with those 2 red stones. Going to put the guard back. Yep.
Really good game we got going here. Hope you folks are enjoying it out there. We certainly are here. Pat Breen with his second rock. Looking to cover these red stones back up, I believe. Got a nice looking shot coming here. Very good shot.
Just waiting for the finish.
Yep. And a little tighter maybe than he wanted.
It's a nice spot.
Yep. And again, I think Brett will waste no time in trying to, you know, if you hit this rock right on top, I think you might get them all.
I think you can get them all moving for sure.
Yep.
If you hit it just off center.
Yep.
Top 12.
Playing it nice and tight. And here comes the rock. It's kind of it's a nice heavy shot. Certainly going to move some rocks around here. And he's got a double.
Got 2 and left a corner.
Great shot. That's a great shot.
Now the blue one has to go, I think. I was going to try to guard. No, yep.
Little danger in this shot. If you don't make the guard, then you're opening up the door for Albany to score a multiple here.
Yep. It looks like Rob has got confidence in his team to throw this guard in the right spot. They've been down this line a few times, so they know where to put the broom.
Rob jumping out to help his front end.
Yeah, they need to get some serious finish on this guard. They need to drag it over.
And they're going to get it.
Going to cover about half of the rock, maybe 2/3.
Yep. I think Brett will waste no. It's a high one.
This might be the best chance that Brett has to remove shot rock. I
Agreed.
think
he's
they're going to throw.
weight.
They may throw a better guard if you peel this.
Yep, good call.
Play it tight. If you run the guard off, as long as you don't run it onto your
Blue
stone
on
the 12-foot. Yeah. Got to be a little careful here.
Well, this is a good try here. The rocks haven't been finishing here, so hack weight is certainly enough weight. Kind of a finesse take out here from Robert Howells. Down weight, he's certainly on the guard. Not the end of the world, however.
Moves the guard off.
Put it back. And Wong just threw the shot. Sometimes making the same shot twice in a row is one of the most difficult feats in this game.
Hardest shot in curling.
So Ed Wong now with his second rock. No hammer for Navy here in the 5th end. Once again, Rob Brenning has jumped out to help his front end get this rock to where it needs to go, and I'm not sure it's going to get there.
About the same as the last one.
Well,
maybe
it actually
a little
covered
better.
it up a little better.
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah.
They don't have to run it now. Pretty much fully covered shot stone.
Yep. The beauty of it is if the double, to make this double, you're going to leave the 4-foot circle open because you can't hit this thing on the nose and get the double.
Right.
It's a dead jam on the nose, right? Looks like it anyway. They've been coming up the center. And he's going to choose the in-turn this time. No, I take that back. He came the other way.
I think just
anywhere but nose is good, right, Roger?
Yeah, they're playing the straight peel here.
Yeah. It's going to hang around. Maybe they can get it on the rings. No, not quite.
Opened her back up.
Good shot. Mission accomplished there.
Going to force Navy to keep throwing this guard.
Yeah, Rob Brenning early in the end could have made the decision to go after that other blue rock that's counting, and certainly 2 would not be in the picture.
Right, just hit and roll in and sit 1 and 2.
He's almost forced himself to play the guard here, right?
Yeah, it's a little tougher to hit that rock on the outside now.
Yeah. Tight game. We always love when we're calling games on our stream here when they're tight games.
Yeah, no need to switch to another sheet here. Got a good one going.
Still a Brennan guarding up here. Seems like they know the line pretty well here. This one's going to come a little deep, it looks like.
This will be a little deeper, yes.
A little deeper. It's on the rings. It's going to make the double a little easier. A little less room in between them. A couple feet.
No gimme, though.
Nope. Brett's got to take a shot here. His door's open for him to get a multiple here. If he can hit and get both these off and get something behind the guard here.
I had that at a 60.
And after a short deliberation, Brett Centoani will trot down the ice and take a stab at making a double here.
Decided to come with the in turn. Kind of hit this pretty thick, actually, with the amount of separation there is.
Yep.
Maybe 7/8 of a rock with some good weight.
No sweeping, and now the front end is, they're trying to do a little directional sweeping here to get it moving.
It's really close.
He's got it. He's got it.
Didn't quite.
Yes.
He shot rock, but
He's
not sitting
one
two.
and two. No, but a good throw.
Caught the back one just a little thick.
That makes two a lot more tough.
Yeah, the rock that was on the button rolled behind those two guards are now.
Now what do you do here? Do you want to hide one here if you're Brenning? Do you want to hit that blue rock and skitter it underneath that pile of blue on the left there?
Well, blue shot, so I think it has to go.
Right, well, that's what I mean. But do you want to leave your, you want to sit 1-2 here? But you'd like to sit one, there's a double-edged sword here. If you sit 1-2 underneath cover, you're forcing Brett to draw for one, or he's got to hit for one. It's almost, the force is on.
Depends on what you want him to do. If you if you hit this on the nose, he can't re-hit it and be shot rock. He'll be forced to draw anyway.
Right.
So I think
either or.
Can't really mess it up here. It depends. If you sit right there, you're kind of in the way.
Right.
Roll toward the center line a little bit.
Yep.
Might make both draws just a little more difficult. Plenty of room to draw, though. And right on the nose. Rolled a little bit to the outside, so opened up a little bigger draw path for Brett. Drawing against two.
Choosing his out turn here. Just a matter of preference here. There's plenty of room with both turns.
Come either way here.
Yep, just a matter of preference.
I know we had a lot of finish on this sheet going left to right with the in turn.
Yes, we did. And weight sensitive, however, if you were a little bit up, it took the curl out of it, which is common.
So Brett Centoani with last stone here in the fifth end.
And this is a crucial shot.
Drawing against two.
Yep, if he doesn't make it here, it'll give Navy a commanding lead with the type of game that we're seeing.
just needs a good piece of the 8-foot here.
It's got plenty of weight.
Sweepers.
And now they're on it. Well read. Well thrown, well read. And he threw a nice rock here to get his one.
Yeah, nicely done.
Wow. Not
Might
sure
have,
why
might
somebody
have swept that. That might have,
I think
that was pretty close.
Roger, I think if you were riding in the park under those circumstances, I might have been waiting right at the tee line for that rock to crest the tee line, and I would have been pounding it. But Brett Centoani end saver and tie score after 5, 2-2. I mean, why not?
That was pretty close.
It's
we
okay.
might have got it back there.
It's okay to sweep.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Not against the rules.
No. Just
All right.
part of it. Okay.
All right, Navy playing the Red Rocks. I'll have the hammer here in the 6th end. They've got the hammers and the evens here.
Oh, MJ. So a 3-end game. We're down to a 3-end game here, Roger. 2-2 after 5.
Very tight game here between two very good teams.
Well played. Fun to watch. Nice opening stone in the 6th end from Brian Costello. Nice center guard. A few feet outside the park. And Mark Brenning's going to try and come around that rock and go right to the 4-foot circle. I don't think he's by the guard. Don't know if he's by or not.
Got a
it's
click.
Like a little click, yeah. And he sent the blue rock real close to the rings. However, not on. And Brett will try to get his second guard up here, which is a good philosophy in a steel end. Nicely swept. They kept this rock going a long way.
Definitely enough weight. That line.
Good strong sweeping front end there. All 4 curlers very capable on both teams.
That girl's a lot, huh?
Pat Brenning just caught himself there. That rock is actually in the free guard.
Yeah,
This is a free guard. He was going to hit and roll, and he did catch himself at the last moment and decided to draw here.
Yep.
Looks like back house weight. Maybe through. Oh, this rock is through.
A little tight there, sweeping for line, and didn't want to wreck on the center guard, and through they went. So now a chance for Albany to get to the 4-foot first.
Both.
Front end doesn't like it.
Got to play a hit off your own here.
Looking for a little chip.
Got to sacrifice that rock if they can still get it. I think it's going by it, however. No, it's going to get a piece.
And redirected into the 4-foot.
Behind T-line.
And
kind of hooked around there at the end.
Spun back behind the corner
yeah,
guard.
so it's not exposed hardly at all. However, there is a good 10 feet between that rock way outside of the park, that red rock and the blue rock. I think he's going to peel. Yeah.
I think he's going to raise it.
Tap his,
I'm
sorry.
Yep.
He's going to tap his rock up. I'm sorry. Nothing to lose here with that kind of shot. He'll open it up, if nothing else, if he hits it right.
Try to get a player in the rings.
Yep.
Albany's sitting 2. They did spin their guard onto the rings with that little chip and roll. Little angle raise here to put the corner guard in the rings, roll the shooter away a little bit.
Finesse shot here. Don't need great weight to do it. Just need to hit the rock correctly with sort of back house weight.
Yeah, it's the old mixed doubles power play tick here.
It's over curling immensely.
Curl the
It's
tongue.
going to go through the port. Oh my goodness.
They want to open it up, and they didn't get anything.
Just wicked off of the top one that he was trying to raise and lost the shooter too.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Got a big nothing burger out of that.
No.
Yeah, a chance for Albany to put some real pressure on.
Yep. Big shot here from Adam. He really needs to get one behind this blue rock here to really start squeezing the end a little bit. Wait's close. Wait's very close. Very close. Got to get it by.
Just
and
squeezed.
He did. What
Just
a superb
squeezed it.
shot.
Right to the top 4.
Very nice shot there from Adam Weber. Good throw. Now we're going to peel, get the front end open here, which is absolutely what Rob Brenning must do in this situation. A lot of blue rocks on the park here.
Tommy, just tee back 4 weight, no more than that. That's fine. Well, if you can. Just draw weight. How's the weight? Sweet. How's the weight? Weight only.
This one's also curling more than they were expecting.
I think he's got a good run back here.
I think that's
no,
they peeled it open.
Overcurled. Yeah, he was trying to peel, so mission accomplished there. I guess if you get the run back double, it's gravy, but they're still going to sit 2, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to leave your shooter out front. You got to get that card off.
Right, yep.
Roll the shooter away.
Absolutely.
So looking for a better shot at removing shot stone. Well, Brenning trying to make Albany throw some repeated guards here.
One of the nerve-wracking parts of our game, certainly. They peel, we put it back. They peel, we put it back. And this rock is barely over the hog line, if at all.
Rob's come up a bit light here.
Fortunately, he's Robert Howells. I don't know that they're going to get this right. They just got it over, but I don't know that it's really affecting. Yeah, I guess it's covering it up.
So now the question is this your best chance to get this stone off the ring? That's a very high guard. It's probably not in play with the right weight.
Yep, looking for backline weight here.
Yep. Again, much like the situation we saw last end, and that you may not want to peel this guard. You may not see another guard this bad.
That's
so
good point.
This is your best chance, I think.
Yep. Ed Wong. Looks like he's playing
I think he just was way wide.
He was wide, and he was looking to tick off of that blue rock, and unfortunately, this is, boy, it's close, though. Goodness gracious, just not going to bury.
I think they just got out wide. I don't think that was the call. No, it was supposed to be back 12 weight.
Yeah, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Uncharacteristic miss.
Can't leave that shot sitting there. If you're Brett, you got to go get this.
Can't really roll away too far because might jam on the back.
And it just did come deep enough where he can't hit it and flop on top. Ideally, if you could hit and flop on your own here, it'd be ideal.
Yeah. But he'd probably just leave a double.
Yep. Hands up in the air from Brett Centoani, meaning he's thinking it's wide. Little directional sweeping here from Team Albany.
It's coming up.
And it is coming up fine.
And it is going to flop on shot stone.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That worked. Man, oh, man, that couldn't have been any better, huh, Raj?
That's pretty fine.
Ideal.
Pretty fine shot.
Now he might be forced to peel in that guard. I think he's got to peel the guard or run the red one in.
Got to give himself a chance here.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to come around the guard and move those two rocks. So.
No, he's not.
Well, Brenning probably looking at having to draw the lid to get out of this end.
Ed Wong with a chance to redeem himself here after his miss in his previous shot. Nothing would make him happier than to be able to bail his team out here.
Getting a whoa, whoa, whoa out of Rob Brenning. Got this one out again.
He did. I don't know that this is going to touch anything.
And too heavy.
My. Oh, my.
Albany now with a golden opportunity to cap these stones. Stone right in here would be.
Oh, yeah, you want it tighter than.
Deadly.
They're talking
right?
3 feet off the rings. I want this rock biting the 12-foot myself, but. You know, you give them a chance at running the red one. If you have that rock closer, tighter to the rings than the red one, you prevent the run back, you know, or make the run back harder, let's say.
Yep. I'd be happy to give him that angle raise though against two rocks on the 4.
Yeah, and
I
sitting
think he's
4.
moving, not moving both of them.
Right.
Even if you make it, you could even throw this one on top of those two rocks and it'd be fine. But I think just tight to the rings, center line. Cut off that draw path to the pin would be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know they're going to get this rock over the hog line. I think Brett hogged one here.
It's still moving.
Just got it over.
And they did. Wow, what a sweep.
My God.
What a sweep.
What an effort from the front end of Team Albany to get that rock. Robert Howells actually jumped out as well to help out there, and that was just a minuscule over the hog line. Now what? Rob Brenning is in a little bit of a pickle here right now.
He's got two rocks left, and he's going to be drawing the lid no matter what here. Even if he peels those rocks, I think he's going to take his shot now.
Oh, boy.
He's got nothing on the rings. He's got to get something on the rings.
Yes,
if nothing
he does.
Else.
You know, almost in a tight game like this, you can almost come to the backer on this side in this ice with his outturn, and I'll count 3 of them.
I don't know. You have to go through the corner guard. But I think there's room. There's room to get to the 4-foot here for sure, and maybe even a piece of the button, right?
Yep.
But not easy shot. A little bit wider than they've been going.
Yeah. You like when you don't have the hammer and your set ends up like this.
Yeah, well, you get a couple behind cover.
Yep, oh boy. Couple unfortunate misses from the vise, and all of a sudden you've got a little bit of a disaster on your hands.
Well, they took a chance when they had that high guard, and it looked like you could run shot stone off, and you have to make it if you take that chance.
Correct.
You got to contact something. You either contact the guard or you contact shot rock.
Yep.
And the one thing you can't do there is fling her wide.
Yep.
And I think once they flung the first one wide, maybe it would have been the better part of discretion to peel the center guard out.
Yep. Rob Brenning now with an absolute huge shot here. Really needs to get something on the rings here. And it looks like it's hanging out there. It's hanging out. I think he's on the top.
It's on the outside of the blue
pushing
rock.
this blue one up further.
And that was the danger, is that they had to move the draw path out, and they got into the straight spot, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Now there's another rock.
He's in trouble now.
They can cap another one. I don't think it's tough to score.
Oh, my.
It's going to have the angle
Right
raised.
there. Brett just tapping his broom on the 4-foot line just to cut this draw path off, and then Rob's really going to have to get creative on scoring here.
Well, I think he's looking at the angle raise, maybe to cut him down to 2.
Yep.
If that.
If that. I'm not sure. I think it's actually...
This one may be close enough. This rock here may be still third rock, even if you nut that, right?
Correct. He can hit it almost on the nose and bring it back to the rock that you have circled, and probably cut him down to 1.
Yeah, this may be what he's looking at for his last shot. It's a raise into that one.
Whew, boy. But none of us want to throw those.
That's an ugly looking shot.
None of us want to throw those.
And Centoani with his last here.
And they're feeling like it's enough weight. Looks kind of wide.
He's in that straight area, too.
Yeah, he's going to leave the draw path open, I think.
He's way out there.
Way out in no man's land. So he left Robin out here.
The question is, where do you put the room for this shot?
Left it wide open.
Where do you put the room for this shot? Because obviously they were a little wide on their first one.
That's a really tough pill there for Brett, because he had a chance to really close the door, I think, on the game. You know?
Sure.
He's left a get-out-of-jail-free card. Not a gimme for Rob, but he just threw it and left it out there. But hi, Tom. Those are the kind of shots, if the other team comes back and wins the game, Brett's going to have a nightmare tonight.
Yeah, he had him dead to rights.
That's a rock dream shot.
Had him dead to rights there.
Yes, he did. So hammer stone here in the 6th end. Albany sitting 4. Rob Brenning has to draw the little circle.
Got to be on the little white circle.
Yep. He shortened up his path a little here. Oh my.
Weight's not bad.
Oh
He's
my
wrecking.
goodness. Oh my God, is he wrecking. Oh my goodness.
And that's 4 spot. That may be
That's
the game.
A steal of 4 for Albany. And then the 6th end, it is 6-2 in favor of Albany. A little sigh of relief there for the Albany Curling Club.
He shortened up the ice and it overcurled, and when he was about 6 inches wider, he ran into the straight spot. So a tough spot to curl from there. He got caught. 6-2 Albany after 6 ends. Navy will, and the Mitchell defender will have the hammer in the 7th, down 4.
Brett taking no chances here with his front end. He is throwing through, which is a very wise choice. Don't want to give Navy anything to freeze to or freeze to.
Well, you're certainly not throwing a guard here.
No.
Won't be throwing no guards here, Johnny. As they say.
Mark Brenning looking to get a corner guard up here. Got to get your corners up here if you're Navy. First blemish of the game. We've had a nip-tuck one-point game right through with a blank end, and unfortunate end there for Navy. And the end got away from them, and Albany had a steal of 4 to take a commanding 6-2 lead, and we'll see if they can claw back in here.
Yeah, it didn't look too ugly there until a couple thirds rocks missed, and then the roof caved in after that.
The old domino theory of curling. When it rains, it pours. Not sure if they were throwing through here or he was putting one on the forefoot. I don't know why with your first one, if you would throw through, why you wouldn't throw through again. Help me out.
I don't know. Sometimes you throw one in and the second one through. Maybe they were doing it backwards.
Okay.
But now that blue rock's a catcher back there.
Yeah, it gives them something to freeze to. Mark Brenning with his second stone of the 7th end. Looking to freeze down to that blue rock in the back. I can't be certain. No, I actually was trying to come behind the red guard. I'm sorry.
Yep, come around the corner there. Got it edge on edge. I think Albany will take a run at that. Ice looks a little tight to me. We're on the sheet earlier today. And indeed, that was a little tight. Wreck on the corner guard.
Well, now Navy's back in line for their deuce.
And the guards.
Got to guard this up, I believe.
Yeah, I think you throw a guard over this now. He's going to split.
No, he's kind of playing for
two. Little early to split.
A little early to split, I agree.
Especially if you need 3.
Pat Breen now with his first stone. Looking to split the house for Navy and sit 2.
They're digging on this to drag it.
I don't think so.
Gonna set up for a corner.
Yeah.
He's still moving. Just short.
No biter. Brett will waste no time in erasing this red rock, attempting to do so with Mark Weber's second rock. Uh-oh. Nope. Yep.
Gonna just chip it. Good sweeping.
Absolutely. A little directional sweeping there.
And Navy will try to use that wide corner.
Pat Breen with his last rock, the second for Team Navy. In the 7th end, scrambling here, trying to put something together. And we're running out of bullets. And he may get it right behind there.
Gonna get it half tucked at least. Yep.
Not bad.
Got it halfway in behind.
Not bad. Good shot.
Chase it. You got to hit one of those two reds.
Yep.
Corner guard's the one that's killing you. Get rid of the corner.
Oh boy.
Got rid of the corner. That's.
It might have wind up shot rock too. Freeze. Right there. Yep.
Yeah, Freeze moves that, move it an inch and be able to sit two. Still be a tough deuce from there, all behind T line.
Yep. Crucial spot in the game. Ed Wong, first rock, 7th end. They're thinking it's light.
Sweeping right out of hand.
Sure does look light. I don't think this is going to make the rings.
May not make the hog line.
Oh my. Didn't want a center guard here, but he's going to get one. My goodness.
Well, guards are a good thing, but
goodness,
that's not what they were looking for.
Nope.
I think you got to take some red rocks away here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And that overcurled.
Gonzo. Maybe a piece.
No, it did get a piece.
Got a piece. Brian
it flattened out.
Costello.
Yeah.
With the art of directional sweeping, I believe he held that rock.
He pulled that.
He pulled it back.
Yep.
Looked like it was gone.
Well, a chance to use the center guard.
Ed Wong, frustrating couple of ends here for Ed.
Yeah, it was lights out this morning. It's making everything.
Trying to get something going here for Navy.
I think they realistically need at least a deuce here to get this in reach.
Looks like he's got a good shot here. Rob's out helping him.
And just get this on the rings. Doesn't have to be shot, but that would be a bonus.
Don't know. From our angle, hard to tell.
But it's buried. That's the most important thing here. Blue stone in the back is a dead ducky.
Yep.
So
come this way. Draw up a little game plan here, Roger.
Well,
corner freeze on that red rock's not a bad shot.
Or you can just peel the center guard.
Or you could just peel the center
guard. Give
guard.
up a deuce here and come home up to with.
Yep. Who shot, Rod? Do we know who shot?
We don't know.
Hard
it looks like it
from
might
our
be
angle.
blue.
Yep.
We can take a look at our far house.
Tough to call from here.
Very tough to call.
Corner freeze on the red rock's not a bad play.
Personally, I think they either you run the guard off or
maybe get the double.
You draw in for two somewhere and make them chase you out.
Right. Brett seems to be happy with the draw here. Our balmy weather here in upstate New York is still hanging in there. It's still 61 degrees outside and raining.
Insane.
And we are going down to 10 this evening.
With snow.
With snow.
Unknown amount of snow, somewhere up to a foot. If you were outside about an hour ago, you would not believe it's going to snow tonight.
My mom used to call that weather by Sybil.
All right, Prince Setawani with his first here in the 7th end. I think he's just looking to draw in and sit 2.
Really down weight here. They panicked out of his hand and really let it go. I don't mind coming to the nose of this rock if you can get it there, but I don't think they're going to get it that far.
That could put 3 in play.
Yes, it could.
And it overcurled to boot.
However, that blue rock could erase that red rock with his last one.
It could.
He's going to get one off of there for sure. That's a save. That's kind of a saver where it overcurled to that spot.
Now Rob Brenning making a decision whether they need to run this blue one off now. He may have to. May not see it after the next shot.
Right. Well, he's got hammer. Brett's only got one left.
So I think Rob's looking to hit and roll away just a bit.
Tell me why you wouldn't draw the pot here.
Well, if he's not shot, I think he's looking to get 3, potentially. He needs a miss to get 3. And the motion Rob made was hit and flop over just a bit. And if they are hitting this, they must think it's shot rock, would be my guess. Because if Rob was already shot in the top 8, I think you're right, drawing around the side of the button. Half buried or 3/4 buried would be the call.
So our guess is that that rock in the back of the park is shot.
Yeah, and it has to go now, and there won't be another chance.
Right. Or else he's drawing all day.
Right.
If he's sitting one.
This one's hanging. It's coming in, though. It's going to keep it around. That's the question.
I don't think so. I think it's gone. And it is. Now, if you're Brett, do you get clever and pound this red rock out? Would you make the raise and pound it out?
I think you hit your blue.
Yeah, I think so,
Run it
too.
into the red. I think that's the easiest shot
I
here.
agree.
It's no risk. The worst thing that happens, you drop 2 if you miss everything.
Right.
Don't get too cute. Could draw. You could outdraw it, but they might give up a deuce doing that. You know, if you rub and roll away. It's not a gimme, though, the run back. It looks like they're, what, about a foot or 2 in front of the house?
Yep. Looks like he's going to draw. With that ice, I would say that's a draw.
It's not a gimme playing that run back. It looks a lot better from
up here
behind the glass than it does from the overhead camera. Certainly looking down the sheet, it doesn't look that hard.
No, it doesn't.
It's just off nose.
And there's no good place to leave this rock other than on the button. If he leaves it anywhere where Rob can see it, he's playing for 2, right?
Right. You got to get it tucked under.
Yeah. Up 4, I think I may go after this blue one, but that's just my...
Push it, Greg, push it.
Plenty of room to draw to here. I mean, if you can get buried back 4, back 8, still a force.
Correct. A little sticky out here. Brett Centoani, last rock, 7th end. Albany Curling Club up 4 over Navy. Mitchell defender. And it looks like he threw a ton of weight here. Ton of weight. That's going right through. Unfortunate there for Brett.
Yeah, not hanging around. So
nope.
Open draw for 2 here for Navy, and that's what they need to keep themselves in the game and play an 8th end.
Yep.
Steal of 2 is not out of the question. Steal of 3 would be a tall order.
Yep.
Albany stole 4 last end.
Can be done.
Can be done with a couple of good shots and a couple misses by the opposition.
Rob Brenning with a chance to bring Navy back within 2. However, should he make this shot, he will not have hammer down 2 coming for home. Then we'll see with the ice water, who's got the most ice water in their veins.
Rob took a little off this when he released it, so I think he's okay.
I don't know.
Definitely choked it up a bit.
I don't know.
He's on the rings.
Yeah.
Good sweepers.
Yeah, good recognition there.
And there's a deuce. So we play on, 6-4. Albany playing the Bluestones will have the hammer coming home up 2. Navy with a tall order here. Trying to manufacture a steal of 2 to get to an extra end.
You need guards.
Doesn't matter. We're done. They're sit 1, right? We're done. Jake. Let's try the hand. Pick up the handle.
And Schenectady 1 has beaten Utica 1.
Other way around, Utica 1.
I'm sorry, Utica 1. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they took control. Then we have our first final, Mike Platt's team. Utica 1 beat Pat Fitzgerald, Schenectady 1, 7-3.
Another one of the A quarters? No. No. That I don't know.
That's a B event game, I think.
Correct. I think so, too.
Correct. They both lost their last games.
And that rock's going to go back. That was trying to tick it over,
They attempted
I believe.
tick and just called it a little thick.
Yep.
Good try. Going to play at this level, you need to know how to play that shot.
Yeah, you almost have to play it to miss it.
Yeah, just hack weight and just catch a piece is usually the way I play it.
Yep.
Some people like to cross over.
Yep.
And do it that way, and I usually like to hit it on the high side.
And Team Navy is successful in getting 2 guards up. Actually, this one's going to come around and wind up on the rings. Nope. Good throw. Got his guards up. Looks like Brett's going to draw around and get one to the top of the forefoot here. He's up 2. Can start peeling after this rock. Big shot here from Brian Costello. Not going to bury. I don't know that you want to put this on the rings and let them hit and roll. Disregarding that rock and going for the draw. Don't know that rock picked. That was a pick rock. Now I think you got to start peeling these.
You got to start peeling these guards. Yeah.
Goodbye to these front end stones. One at a time. Come and look at your angles here. Look at where you need to hit this to double these puppies out of here and possibly lose your shooter. Hit it right there. Okay, I like that. Right on the handle. He may run his blue one off too, and that wouldn't be the end of the world if he got rid of all 3 of them. Peeling the top one.
That helps.
Yep. And now that game has begun. Yep. Pat Breen trying to bring a rock to the top of the forefoot behind that red guard.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got a good looking shot coming here.
Got it by.
Yep, beauty. Time to peel that red guard.
Yep, that's the danger rock.
Yep. Shouldn't be much hesitation here from Brett. Yep.
Yep, peeled away from your insurance rock.
Yep. Hopefully don't jam it onto the blue one. Coming over nice.
Peel made.
Well shot. Well shot, Stone.
Got to put the guard back now.
Yep.
Got a few rocks to go here.
Turning into a numbers game here now for both teams. Not a great deal of strategy here. Cover up shot, rock, hope for a miss.
And Albany has to keep peeling these guards successfully.
Yep.
The nose peel will give Navy a chance to get something set up.
However, if the guard comes close to the park, there's always that chance of the double.
Got on that early for line. Looks like they held it out okay.
I don't know.
Might have taken it deeper than they wanted, though, holding the line.
This rock is going to overcurl.
Gotta sit.
Sure looks like it's going to overcurl.
It's going to show not much of the stone. That's in a good spot.
Yep, got to run it. Once again, Brett will
peel it again.
Waste no time getting this rock out of here. Robert Howells. Little tighter line on this one than his first one. He might not this one. He might not this one. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Ooh, almost got the double.
Almost got the double.
Now decision time for Rob. You can Christmas tree this one in the rings. By Christmas tree, I mean putting one maybe in the 12-foot right there.
Yep.
Half under. Or you can just play the guard, which I think is what he's called. Just put the guard back. It's got to come the other way now.
Yep.
Situation they're looking for is to get this successfully guarded, maybe get a nose peel or something where they have a chance to run the stone off the 8-foot. Sit 2.
Nice shot there.
Working really hard to get this moved over, and they've left shot stone open.
But you don't hurt yourself coming through if you move something up there, right?
Got to be careful, though. If you come through here and you nick this guard, you could nut it onto that.
Yeah.
And that would be ugly.
Remember, Albany has hammer, and in doing so, you'll open the front end wide open.
So I think the smart money is to peel it that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't take any chances. That guard was just good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's exactly what they're doing. Just going to peel it the other way.
We hope.
Looks like a good stone.
Yeah, it looks like he's got it.
Just needs a piece. He's got it.
Yep. Good
Way
shot.
It goes.
That's a whew.
Yep. All right. Now, Rob Bering this first. I think he's throwing one more guard here. And then with his last, he needs to be 1 and 2. I'm not sure that with Rob's last, if he can freeze and be shot. I think you're going to have to run this off, or he's going to have to come around.
Tough.
Talking over their options here.
A bit of a tough spot here is Navy.
Your other option is to Christmas tree it there.
Yep.
You know, hope for a miss. If that's not to lie 2, that's still just protecting the 1.
Correct.
I think they've got to be thinking one more guard. If they peel that guard,
yeah,
then you
then that's where your fancy.
You got to
shot
hit this
comes in.
one
Yeah.
and hope
That's
that you
right.
miss
Yep.
one.
Yep.
You don't have anything else.
You know, ideally, you could. We had a similar situation today in the same thing where you could tick that red guard behind the blue guard and skitter your shooter over behind the blue one and sit 1-2.
Yep, you could do that.
That's also a possibility.
Maybe get that little hidden and then roll your shooter in an awkward spot here. Maybe
correct.
it's just
Make it
close.
tough. Just tough enough to the blue one to be a difficult shot for Brett to get it out of there.
they're content to guard.
Big shot here. Needs his guard, needs to put his guard back up.
Good.
Looks like he's got a good line here. Oh my goodness.
Guard it up. I think you peel one more time here.
Yep.
You're going to force Navy to either draw for second rock or
try that little ticky-wacky thing that I pointed
You're
out.
going to have quite likely have an open hit to win or a draw to 4 foot.
All the deliberation will be over if Brett can run both of these rocks off. First rock, Brett Centawani, 8th end. Albany's up 2 with hammer. Don't know.
Might miss everything.
Don't know.
Got just a piece.
Uh-oh.
It's going to come right back in front. Now, shot rock is still pretty covered.
Ramped up just a little bit there. He had the old juices flowing on the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gave it a little extra.
Been there and done that, Brett. We feel your pain.
Now, what is your choice? I don't think they can draw on top of
and be second rock.
Be second rock.
I agree.
So they've either got to draw behind back 4, Christmas tree.
Yep.
Or they got to run off the blue stone and try to roll in behind, one or the other. Let's take a look.
Yeah, if he can come underneath that blue rock and get behind the guard. Yeah, he's looking for the shot that I was pointing out. Pat Breen is pointing out the shot. Roger will diagram
the little
for
tick.
You. Little
the double tick.
Tap, yep. Just tap that one
down
over.
Here. This one goes behind
and
the corner guard.
Skitter the shooter behind the blue one.
Just to make it awkward. Maybe get halfway in behind the blue here.
Yep.
Get that rock just underneath the corner.
Yep. So crunch time here.
Yeah, tough decision.
8 quarters. Mitchell Defender on the ropes here.
Question is, does he have enough room to draw behind his own stone? So if you go by this stone, can you get in behind?
Sure, but it's tough. He's just biting the 4-foot circle. Tough.
He just needs to be half buried.
Right.
To make that really difficult.
And Brett would almost have to come in off his own and take one of the 2 rocks out.
Or chip one out, but if they're Christmas tree, it's
tougher.
Makes it a little tougher. Taking their time on this one. They need to
collect your thoughts.
Give themselves the best chance here. I mean, another option here is just come around this, push that back, sit 1 and 2. It does leave the 4-foot open though, right?
Yes. So he's made his mind up.
Yeah, they're going to come off the blue stone. I think they
a little tap
decided.
off the blue and try to skitter it underneath the red one.
Come here and try to roll in behind. And you know, and the secondary shot is if you ever got to the nose here and get
and sit 1-2.
You know, half buried behind that corner guard.
You might force Brett to draw to win the game.
You're forcing him to draw, I think.
Yeah, I agree. This is it. One thing is for sure, and that is that Navy must sit 1 and 2 after this shot.
Correct, to have a chance. Last stone for Rob Brenning, Navy, in the 8th end.
Really came up on him. Oh my goodness. He's on the top guard, isn't he? No, he's by. There it is. Nope.
And it didn't go far enough.
Didn't go far enough, and that's the ball game.
So congratulations to Albany.
Wow. And we will play Albany tomorrow.
Yeah, they score a 6-4 win.
6-5.
They don't count that rock.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't throw all their stones.
They should, right. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you only get to count your own rocks.
Right.
Just interestingly, if you don't throw all the rocks.
Yep.
So make it a 6-4 final for Albany over Navy 1 in a very closely contested game. They actually brought that down the wire, even 4 down. They were making life a little interesting
yes,
at
they
the
did.
end.
Good curlers to be able to pull that off. Roger, once again, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you all tomorrow.